So you've been trying to dive into Lords of the Fallen, only to have the game crash over and over again with messages about shader decompression errors or your graphics device being removed. It can happen at the loading screen, during intense boss fights, or even when you're just exploring a quiet corner of the map. What's really going on is that the Unreal Engine 5 build this game uses can be very sensitive to how your CPU and GPU are set up. If clock speeds, driver versions, or system tweaks don't match what the engine expects, it can trip up the shader system and cause the game to shut down unexpectedly. If you happen to be running one of Intel's newer chips, like a 13900 or 14900, the first thing to check is your CPU's tuning settings. By default, some motherboards and Windows profiles push the performance scores too high for the Unreal Engine shaders to handle smoothly. A quick fix is to install Intel's Extreme Tuning utility, known as XTU, and dial back each performance core to a 52 times multiplier. Once you apply that setting and restart the game, you should notice crashes stopping almost immediately. It's a small change, but it keeps the CPU from overreaching and gives the engine the stability it needs. For anyone with an AMD graphics card, especially models like the 5700 XT or 6700 XT, the culprit often turns out to be the latest driver packs. Oddly enough, the newer Adrenalin releases tend to conflict with Lords of the Fallen's shader compilation. What worked for many players was rolling back to an older driver version, such as Adrenalin 2.11.2. After a clean uninstall of your current drivers, install that older release, skip any extra launch commands, and you'll often find that the crashes simply vanish. If you still see errors about DXGI device removal or shader archive decompression, it helps to give your system a fresh slate. Make sure you fully uninstall your AMD software, reboot, and then install a known stable driver like 23.11.1 with a clean install option. While you're at it, disconnect any extra monitors, set the game executable to run as administrator, disable Windows full-screen optimizations, cap your frame rate to your monitor's refresh, and stick to regular full-screen instead of borderless. Turning off features like AMD's FidelityFX can also keep things running more smoothly. Lastly, if you've ever pushed your CPU or GPU beyond stock speeds, try reverting any overclocks back to default. Unreal Engine 5 in this game can be surprisingly picky about slight shifts in frequency or voltage. When everything goes back to factory settings, the game often stops crashing and lets you enjoy the world of Lords of the Fallen without interruptions. With these adjustments, tuning your Intel cores, using a proven AMD driver, cleaning your install, and dropping any overclocks, you should be back in the game with far fewer headaches. Give each of these a shot, and you'll soon be exploring every dark corridor without worrying about an unexpected crash pulling you out. Good luck out there, lamp bearers!